Hi everyone, good night and welcome to today's special edition of the Jam at Home live session. Alright, I know this is a highly anticipated session because we are going to reveal the new models of the Sire Marcus Miller basses that were launched back in the January NAMM show 2020. Alright, so I had the opportunity to try out all these basses when I was at the NAMM show a few months ago in the US, and we were very excited to bring them to Singapore and Malaysia market, and we are proud to say we are probably the very first few in the world, alright, to get the production units of these new models. Alright, without further ado, let's have a quick look of the models here. So this one is a Sire V5. Alright, V5, the feature is the roasted maple neck. Right, as you can see here, the roasted maple neck. Really nice roasted maple neck. Okay, we will listen to it in a short while. Let me just go through all the models right now. And this is the M5. Alright, so M series, we had the M2 entry level, and we also had the M7 high-end models, right? And M5 is the mid-range model for the M series. Alright, very nicely done. Alright, ebony fingerboard, you got the coil split switches for each individual pickup, just like the M7. Alright, we're gonna hear it shortly. And this is the U5. Alright, a lot of people has a lot of interest in this model. U5 is a short scale version of the Sire Marcus Miller bass, the first short scale model. Alright, it has a PJ configuration in a short scale format. Really cute and really nice playing feel here. Alright, we get to hear about it later on. Okay, now let's start from the V5. Okay, let's have a listen to it, alright, before we start the session, alright? Okay, for those of you who notice on the control side, you will notice that this V5 has a lot lesser knobs than the usual Sire. Yes, this Sire V5 is actually a passive bass. Alright, now a lot of people will start thinking, wow, Sire, we like the preamp. Alright, so a lot of people bought Sire because it has a very flexible preamp. So why V5, right? To us, this actually makes a lot of sense for the V5 model. Alright, first of all, think about it. This V5 is actually at the same price range as the V7, but at the same price range, you get the nice roasted maple neck, right? Which has better tone, better stability, alright, and better feel. Alright, so a lot of people has been asking, gaining interest on the V10 model. A lot of them are because of the roasted maple neck. But V10, it comes with a slightly higher price point, right? It's almost double the price of a standard V7, right? So a lot of people has been asking, can we get roasted maple neck on the lower end model, right? So V5 is the answer, right? You get a jazz bass, you know, with a roasted maple neck at about 1,000 Singapore dollars or 3,000 Malaysia ringgit. And to be honest, a lot of customers has been telling us, you know, after playing Sire for so many years, a lot of time they just leave their bass in passive mode anyway, because it just sounds good right out of the box, even without the preamp being activated. And we totally agree with that, right? Sire basses, without needing the preamp, it already sounds very good. But we do understand that there are circumstances that you want the flexibility of an active preamp. All right, so at Music Connoisseur, we have the solutions for you, right? Now, moderator, you may put up a picture, you know, somewhere over the corner right here. All right, we are offering the NUX MLD bass preamp DI pedal. All right, so MLD stands for Melvin Lee Davis. Melvin Lee Davis is another legendary US jazz bassist, right? So we have his signature bass preamp DI pedal. So basically it has, you know, the same format as the Sire preamp: bass, mid, treble with a selectable middle frequency with additional drive, and also XLR output is a DI output, headphone output, right? So, and of course the amp output as well. So you basically get the same format as the Sire preamp in the pedal format. All right, and the good news is the price of this NUX MLD bass preamp pedal, we are giving a very special pricing here. If you get the Sire basses like the V5 or the U5, or in fact any model of the Sire basses, we are selling it at only 200 Singapore dollars or 600 Malaysia ringgit. Now think about it. The bass, you know, is around 1,000 Singapore dollars, and add another $200 at 1,200 Singapore dollars, you actually get a jazz bass with a really nice roasted maple neck and the active preamp with XLR output, all right, in the pedal format. All right, to us, this is a steal, this is a bargain, and this is a special offer and solution that Music Connoisseur brings to the customers. All right, now actually my basses are all connected to the NUX preamp now. So just now you were hearing the passive mode. All right, I'm gonna switch to the active mode now. Let's listen how it sounds like. Alright, so I was basically, doing what I usually do, if you have watched my previous live session, to on the preamp, to create, the slap tone where I boost the treble, boost the bass to create the mid scoop, on the pedal, just like on the Sire preamp. Alright, I get the really nice slap tone, and when I want to do some punchy, funky stuff, right, I boost the mid frequency. Alright, and then I use more towards the bridge pickup. You get all kind of flexibility here, right? So V5, alright, to us, if you combine it with the NUX MLD preamp, and also we have, other than NUX, we also have the valve tone dapper bass multi effect. Alright, it's also a crazy model there, so you get even compressor and chorus effects with built-in tuner in a pedal format with XLR DIR as well. So we have various options for you to bundle up with this V5, to be able to, shape your tone, the EQ of your tone in a pedal format. All right, but you get, the nice roasted maple neck, at a very, very nice price point. Okay, so that's quick and short introduction on the V5. Now let's move on to the M5. All right. So the M5 is the mid-range version of the M series. Okay, let me just turn off the preamp so that you can, because this M5 just like the normal, the other models of the Sire bases, it comes with the active preamp, the Marcus Heritage 3 active preamp. Also, there's no need to turn on the preamp pedal here. Okay, I will just have a quick play around it. All right, let's have a listen. Okay, so as usual, really great sounding and really sensitive bass, right? Just like the M7. I would say this M5 really is closer to the M7 than the M2. It uses ebony fingerboard, and it has the individual coil split switches here. So a lot of customer, you know, has been asking us, you know, why are there three switches for the M7 now with the M5 as well. So have a quick introduction here. The rightmost is the active passive switch, down is passive, up is active. All right, active, you can control the treble, mid bass, and the mid frequency here. And these two are the coil switch, coil split switches for each of the pickup. You know, this one is control for the neck, this one control for the bridge. Okay, I hope you can see it here. All right, this one for the neck, this one for the bridge. And for the, it has a 3 position each, so it's individually selectable. Upmost position is a parallel humbucker, middle position is a single coil, and down position is a series humbucker. All right, so and you can mix around, you know, with different mode for each of the pickups. So it's really versatile. All right, I was playing with the series humbucker, as you know, I think it's the highlight of this M7 and now M5 tone, because series humbucker, you know, you just is so powerful and so clear. All right, to me it's like it's the best of both worlds. You got the top end, the clarity of a single coil, and the bottom end of a humbucker. Really cool sounding. All right. Let's move on, all right, to the next model, the U5 short scale model. A lot of it. Oh yeah, before I forget, the M5, the pricing wise is similar to the V7 range, which is a good news, right? M7 used to be a little bit on the costlier side as compared to the normal V7 range, right? So now we bring down the price of the M series with all the features here. It's only, so if it's around the price of V7, it will be around 1,000 Singapore dollars or 3,000 Malaysia ringgit for the M5. All right. Now let's move on to the U5. A lot of people have been asking us about this model, and to be honest, this is like the most pre-ordered model ever. All right, a lot of people have been looking for this. Okay, let's have a quick listen to it. All right, the U5. So again, just like the V5, U5 is actually a passive bass. So volume, tone format, volume for the P pickup over here, volume for the J pickup, and then the master tone. All right, and you would notice that, okay, I was playing in a full passive mode just now. I wasn't turning on any of the preamp pedal. You'll notice that the low end of this small bass is a lot, Right. I think it's due to multiple reasons. All right. First, this is a PJ. So at the last part of my video, I was actually turning off the jazz pickup. I was using the P pickup here. You will notice that P pickup is known for the round vintage, a lot of low end kind of tone, really nice woody tone there. Pickup configuration PJ is my favorite. All right. It's just so versatile, right? That's part of the reason why you will be surprised the amount of low end coming out of this small bass, right? And secondly is a lot of people will you would think that the bigger the bass is, and you get more bass. However, on a short scale, because of lower tension of the string itself, because the scale length is shorter, so you actually get more bass out of it because your string tension is lower. All right, you get a little bit more bottom end than the regular size, right? And as I was playing it just now, just like my first impression playing it, a few months ago at the NAMM show, it feels so great because the frets are smaller, the necks are smaller, so comfortable. I think it makes a really perfect bass if you are traveling around or you are playing gigs that that requires you don't need to mess around with too much preamp settings, and you want a comfortable bass to stand for a long time, because this is really lightweight as compared to the regular size basses, right? And it's really easy to play, very comfortable to play, and I think it's surprisingly to many of you that you heard just now, the tone is incredible as well, right? So similarly, like the V5, you can bundle along with the effect, the preamp pedals that we have in line, right? We have the Nuts MLD preamp, we have the Valtone Dapper Bass multi-effect preamp, all right? That if you want the ability to shape the tone via EQ, right? So I'm gonna turn on the preamp, do like, let's say I boost the bass and treble for slapping, again boost the mid for a little bit funky playing. Now let's listen to it. All right, it's very versatile. Alright, I think nothing more to say, right? This is like really great sounding little bass, and then I guess you could see that, you know, I really enjoy playing this bass. It's such a delightful bass to play. Very easy to play, very comfortable to play, and you can get the tone out of it so easily, right? By the way, all the prices of and the introductions of these models are available on our website, www.music-co.sg for Singapore, www.music-co.my for Malaysia. Alright, you can find all the pricings there. Alright, now last but not the least, we have one more model to introduce to you. Alright, also one of the most frequently asked models since January launch. Right, it's the M7-6 strings. Alright, let me bring it up. Okay, here's the bass, M7-6 strings. Alright, this is the first time Sire does a 6 strings bass actually. Okay, and to be honest, I'm not a 6 strings player, although a lot of my heroes are 6 strings players, you know, John Patitucci, you know, Anthony Jackson, a lot of them, right? They are all 6 strings players, but unfortunately, first of all, I never really got a chance to buy a 6 strings bass myself, all right, because it's actually quite rare on the market to find, you know, a really good quality 6 strings bass at a reasonable price, right? And I think M7-6 strings is gonna change this landscape, right? 6 strings bass and the famous M7, right? You got all the active preamp, coil split, switches, just like the M5. So what's additional on the M7 as compared to the M5 would be the solid maple top. All right, it has a solid maple top on top of the ash body, right? Okay, now let's have a quick listen. This is one of the very few times that I play a 6 strings bass, so I hope I don't screw up too much. All right. Alright, obviously I got a lot of work, you know, to practice on these 6 strings, you know, with the addition of the one more string, you know, but it opens up a lot of possibility. I guess a lot of 6 string players will tell you about that. You can play chords, you can play a lot more melody than a regular 4 or 5 strings, you know, and a lot of people has been asking, you know, when do we have an M7, you know, with 6 strings? Now you have it, alright, and we have it ready stocks right here at Music Connoisseur. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's session. These are all the new models for Sire bass that were launched in NAMM 2020, and we are proud to say that we are one of the first few in the world to get hold of these production units, ready stocks and ready to be shipped to all of you. Alright, that's all for tonight's session. Okay, so again, visit our website www.music-co.sg for Singapore, www.music-co.my for Malaysia to look for more information for these Sire basses. Alright, we'll see you next time.